Good morning, chicos. This is Miss Buckner here. I'm going to create a video about every day to tell you what to be doing because some of us still aren't doing it correctly. So if you go down to Google Classroom, you will be able to go to classwork to see everything that I've posted. Okay, yours should look something like this in some sort of order. Um, you can see that I put a question here last night. Looks like 8 of you have turned it in, and if you read the little description, it says 1 point extra credit towards your last quiz. So answer that. That would be great for me to hear. And then the next thing that you're going to do, what I recommend doing first, is the bell ringer. Okay, today's Thursday, so you'll click on the Webase one, and I'll do this for you in just a second. So if you scroll back up, the next thing that you're doing is going to Thursday classwork. If you view the assignment, okay, you will be able to read all the instructions. There are 2 parts today. One part is that you have to complete this quizzes, so just what you'll do is you'll highlight this and copy and paste it, and then make sure your username is one that I know your username to, or else I can't give you the points. Okay, then part 2 is you're going to open up this document and you're going to do the following problems. I have already given you some examples. So this is, we're now doing indirect objects, which is answering the question to whom or from whom or something with along the lines of whom. So you can see number 1 says John tells me a story. A story you would replace with it, right? So what are we telling? We're telling it, we're telling a story. So I put that under direct object. Who is John telling? John is telling me. So then we put me in the indirect object column. These are all in English. The only one you need to pay attention to is number 6. Number 6 only has a direct object, okay? Then you'll scroll down. You'll see I put more in here, okay? You're replacing whatever says a blank or para blank with one of those indirect objects. Scroll down, and this is the same thing you did yesterday where you are taking the verb. So on this one we took dar, the non-conjugated verb, so one in its full form, and adding the indirect object to it. Okay, and that's all you're doing for part 2. And do this on a piece of notebook paper and take a picture of it and put it in as your assignment. Okay, the quizzes I can see myself, so you don't have to send me anything about the quizzes. That, once again, I can see. So let's go to classwork. If you want to do the bell ringer with me, please do it with me. So it's just taking a second to load. My bad here, chicos. You can fast forward if you want. In the meantime, here's Larry looking out the window. He sees some birds or something. I don't know. Let's try reloading this sucker, and hopefully it works. Here we go. Okay, so number 1 says, what is a keyword that signals we need to replace something with a direct object? Okay, this is what we've been talking about, that you need to replace it with it. Okay, so your keyword is it. Also, do not forget to fill out the top up here where it says my name and the date. I also have the date written right here for you, so you could literally just copy and paste this to the date, and that would be easier. Okay, so number 1, the answer is it. Number 2, it says fill in the chart for indirect objects, to whom and for whom. Okay, this goes may, te, lay, nos, and lace. Okay, so you can fill that out on your own. This one, number 1, it says we will help you. Okay, so nosotros. Okay, let's think ahead here. It says we will help you. So we need to replace you with one of these things. Okay, you're going to replace it with either may, te, lay, nos, or lace, and hopefully you chose te. Now, it's the future tense. We got to type out the whole word for to help, ayudar. Then we add our endings. We are going to conjugate to help. Who is the one that's helping or will help? It's we. We are the ones who will help. So we're going to put it in the we form. And you're done. Okay, the next one says the baker will cook it. So el panadero. Okay, what are we replacing? We're replacing it with the bread. Bread is el pan. So this one, we're not using this chart up here. Instead, we're replacing it with it. So is that going to be lo, la, los, or los? That one's going to be lo because it's el pan. Okay, cocinar, who's cooking? The baker. So we'll add our endings as a. Don't forget your period. Okay, the next one, tú. Okay, will tell me. Who you're telling? Me. Okay, and this one, many of you would probably have decirás, but that's not right. This is an irregular. It's dirás. This is important. One of those is on your quiz. Okay, all right, so we've got ellos. We're going to read it, referring to the book, which is el libro. So lo, la, los, or los. It's just one book. So lo, leer, who's reading? They are. So we put our ending there. Okay, ustedes. Okay, give, dar, who's giving? We are. And who are we giving to? Us. So you're using this top part, and you're going to choose nos. Then you can add los perros to the end. If you wanted to be fancy, you don't have to.